Hiya, MS Awareness Week, day 5. I'm just going to ask quickly before I start, have you seen MS Awareness Week anywhere else? Have you seen it on the television? Have you heard it on the radio, seen it in a magazine or on the internet? Because I haven't. And that is something that really grates on me, really winds me up, is that it's MS Awareness Week and you don't see anything about it. The MS Society are doing a campaign about giving stuff up for May, which is a week after MS Awareness Week, which is just bizarre to me, but there you go. If it raises money, then it's fantastic. It might be a good campaign, but it just seemed a bit of a weird thing to do, not to tie it up with MS Awareness Week, which they surely do the dates for. Right, okay, that's my little over with. I'm going to talk today about the drugs that I've been on my MS journey over the years. There are a lot more drugs available now, but when I first got diagnosed there wasn't really that much that could help you. So basically I come out of hospital, I returned to normal like I said before, and I was on no drugs whatsoever, so I just carried on as per normal. And then as my legs started to get tighter and tighter and tighter, I went on to a drug called baclofen, and then later one called tizanidine. They both do the same. They're both like muscle relaxants. But I become like Mr. Soft. My waist would just, and I was like wobbling all over the place. I couldn't stand up properly, kept falling over. So my neurophysio told me to stop taking them. I need my spasticity to enable me to continue to walk. So I stopped doing that and then returned back to doing no drugs at all. And then finally they agreed to put me on some disease modifying drugs. There was about 5 that I could choose from. They were all injections, but they were different times of the week that you would take them. Some were like every 2 days, 3 days, once a week. But I chose Copaxone because it was every single day. I decided that in my mind that I wouldn't forget that, because I could just make that part of my daily routine. So that's what I did. But about 18 months later, I walked into Dr. Harry Krishnan, my neurologist office, with a walking stick, and he said, have you had an attack? And I said no. He said, well, last time you come in, you didn't have a walking stick, therefore you are now secondary progressive. Now, the drugs that I was on, the Copaxone, was not for secondary progressive, so I had to come off that. So I don't really know if that was working or not, but in my mind it was working because I didn't have an attack the whole time I was on it. So I was a little bit deflated when that happened. A few years later I tried Fampyra. I had to pay for that privately, which was £250 a month. And that offered you the chance to walk 30% faster. It worked in 3 in 10 MSs. So I convinced myself that was working. I don't think it probably was. And looking back now, I have no idea where I thought I needed to get to 30% faster, other than the toilet probably. But it's 250 quid to just get to the toilet. Seems a bit steep. So I've come off that. There is nothing for secondary, so I'm on a trial for it's 3 different drugs. One's for heart disease, one's for motor neurons, and one's for depression. So the trial's called MS Smart, and if they prove to be beneficial to us MSers, we can start that pretty much straight away because it's already out there. My 2 years finishes in June, so I'm not looking forward to that day because it's 9 o'clock up in London and I get out about 5:30. They do so many tests on me, and an MRI that's an hour and 18 minutes long. That's if I don't move. Have you ever had an MRI? Everything itches. You don't have an itch all day, and then you get in there, everything itches. You have itches on the top of itches. It's ridiculous. So, and if you move, they go, right, we've got to do that one again. That's 8 minutes. You're like, oh, sorry, didn't do it on purpose. Not having a disco in there. Yeah, a little tip for you: don't ask to have TalkSport on in the MRI machine because you can't hear anything that they're saying. It's really frustrating. So you're better off having some music that's God, jeez, it sounds like you're inside dial-up internet. It's so bad. I hate it. But yeah, so that's my trial. When I'm not moaning about things, I like to listen to music and watch box sets on the TV. Where else would you watch them? And I do spend a lot of time down at the MS Therapy Centre down in Canterbury, which is a really nice place to go. Even if you just want to drop in and have a cup of coffee and a chat, there's always somebody down there to have a chat with. There's lots of lovely volunteers and staff down there, and all sorts of different therapies that you can have. They've got a hydrotherapy pool in there. They've got massage, acupuncture, yoga, Pilates. They've got a gym. They've just got everything down there that you can think you might need. And sometimes you get a bit lost. So I think going down there somewhere like that and surrounding yourself with other lost people is kind of nice. So that's what I do when I'm at a loose end, really. Also they've got hyperbaric oxygen therapy down there, which I've done. Lots of people swear by it, and it helps with things like fatigue, sleep, all sorts of things that it can help with. And it doesn't just help MSs, and they've opened that up to non-MSs. So if you've got fibromyalgia, other injuries that need healing, cancers, all sorts of different things in there that it's good for. So if you are interested, give them a ring. I'm sure you'll be welcome. Right, I think I've gone over my limit, and I will leave it there. If you've got any questions at all about anything, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments, and I'll answer them in the last two videos. So this is day 5 of 7. I bet you're like, oh, come on, just get him off now, because I will be. Right, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.